A man walked into a hospital room at 72 years old. His body was weak, his hair had turned gray, and the doctors had already told him the truth. He didn't have much time left. As he sat quietly staring out the window, his grandson asked him a simple question. "Grandpa, what's your biggest regret?" The old man didn't answer. Not immediately. For nearly a minute he simply stared at the sky. Then tears filled his eyes. And he said something that would stay with that boy forever. "My biggest regret isn't what I did. It's what I never did. The risks I never took. The opportunities I ignored. The dreams I kept postponing. I spent my whole life waiting for the perfect moment. And the perfect moment never came." The boy didn't fully understand those words. Not yet. But years later, he would. Because that old man's story is not unusual. In fact, it is the story of millions of people. People who once had dreams. People who once believed they were destined for something greater. People who promised themselves they would start tomorrow. Tomorrow, they would change. Tomorrow, they would become disciplined. Tomorrow, they would chase the life they wanted. But tomorrow is a dangerous place. Because tomorrow never arrives. It disguises itself as next week, then next month, then next year. And before you realize it, life is gone. Most people believe failure is dramatic. They imagine losing everything overnight. They imagine a catastrophic event, a single devastating mistake. But that's not how most dreams die. Dreams die quietly. They die in comfortable rooms, on comfortable couches, behind comfortable excuses. The truth is that comfort has destroyed more potential than failure ever could. And that's because comfort doesn't feel dangerous. It feels safe. It feels harmless. It feels earned. Imagine a ship sitting safely in a harbor, protected from storms, protected from uncertainty, protected from danger. Everything is calm. Everything is predictable. Everything feels secure. But ships were never built for harbors. They were built for the ocean. And neither were you. You were not born to spend your life hiding from challenges. You were not born to remain trapped inside your fears. You were not born to live beneath your potential. Yet every day people choose comfort over growth, not because they are weak, not because they lack talent, but because comfort whispers while growth demands. Comfort says, "Relax. Tomorrow is fine. You've got time." Growth says, "Move. Act. Start now." And most people listen to comfort because comfort gives immediate rewards. Growth gives delayed rewards. Comfort feels good today. Growth creates a better tomorrow. And that's why the trap is so effective. The grandson grew up. He became ambitious, motivated, driven. He promised himself he would never become like his grandfather. He promised himself he would take risks. He would chase dreams. He would build something meaningful. He would live without regret. But then life happened. One day he delayed starting a business. Not forever. Just for a little while. Then he delayed learning a new skill. Then he delayed making an important decision. Then he delayed taking a chance on an opportunity. Every delay seemed reasonable. Every excuse sounded intelligent. Every postponement felt justified. "I'm not ready. I need more information. I'll do it when the timing is better. Just a little longer." Years passed. Without realizing it, he was becoming exactly the person he promised he would never become. Because comfort rarely destroys your life all at once. It steals it slowly. One day at a time. One excuse at a time. One missed opportunity at a time. Think about your own life. How many opportunities have you ignored because they felt uncomfortable? How many goals have you delayed because the process looked difficult? How many dreams have been placed on hold because you were waiting to feel ready? The uncomfortable truth is this: you will never feel completely ready. Nobody does. The people you admire weren't fearless. They weren't chosen. They weren't special. They simply acted while everyone else waited. They moved before certainty arrived. They took action before confidence appeared. And that's what changed everything. Most people believe confidence comes before action. But the truth is the exact opposite. Confidence comes from action. Action creates experience. Experience creates belief. Belief creates confidence. Yet millions of people wait for confidence before they act, which means they wait forever. One evening, many years after his grandfather had passed away, the man discovered an old photograph. It showed his grandfather when he was young, strong, energetic, full of possibility, full of dreams. For the first time, he realized something that shook him to his core. His grandfather wasn't born with regrets. He collected them. One comfortable decision at a time. One postponed dream at a time. One avoided challenge at a time. And suddenly, the grandson understood. Nobody wakes up at 72 and realizes they wasted their life. They arrive there gradually. Every year, they choose comfort over courage. Every year, they choose safety over growth. Every year, they choose excuses over action. Until one day, the gap between who they are and who they could have been becomes impossible to ignore. That's the real tragedy. Not failure. Not rejection. Not mistakes. The real tragedy is unrealized potential. Knowing you could have become more. Knowing you could have gone further. Knowing you could have lived differently. But never giving yourself the chance. The greatest prison in the world isn't made of steel. It's made of comfort. Because comfort convinces you that staying where you are is safer than becoming who you're meant to be. But safety has a price, and that price is often your future. Every meaningful achievement requires discomfort. Every transformation requires discomfort. Every breakthrough requires discomfort. The workout is uncomfortable. Learning a new skill is uncomfortable. Starting a business is uncomfortable. Having difficult conversations is uncomfortable. Facing rejection is uncomfortable. Growth itself is uncomfortable. But there is something even more painful than discomfort: regret. Because discomfort lasts for a moment. Regret can last a lifetime. One creates growth, the other creates suffering. And every day you choose between them. Every day. The future version of you is watching. Watching your decisions. Watching your habits. Watching your excuses. Watching your courage. One day you'll meet that future version. The only question is whether they'll thank you, or whether they'll wish you had been brave enough to begin. Right now there are two versions of you. The person you are becoming, and the person you could become. The distance between those two people is created by your daily choices. Not your intentions, not your wishes, not your plans, your actions. Because the future doesn't reward intentions, rewards execution. It rewards courage. It rewards consistency. The clock is moving whether you act or not. Time is passing whether you grow or not. The question is simple. When the story of your life is written, will comfort be the reason your dreams remained dreams? Or will courage be the reason they became reality? Because years from now, you'll either thank yourself for the actions you take today, or you'll wish you had started sooner. So stop waiting. Stop negotiating with your future. Stop asking whether you're ready. Take the first step. Even if it's small. Even if you're afraid. Even if you're uncertain. Because every extraordinary life begins with an ordinary decision. The decision to move. The decision to act. the decision to leave the harbor and face the ocean. And that decision is available to you right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to Eternal Drive. Because this channel isn't about temporary motivation. It's about awakening the strongest version of yourself. And remember this: comfort will give you a peaceful present, but courage will give you a meaningful future. Choose wisely.